Imagine you're driving a car down a road and listening to some of your favorite music, and you come upon a buffalo that saunters onto the middle of the road. It's decided that it's going to sit down right there in the middle of the road. The best thing that you can do under the circumstances is perhaps to press the brakes, enjoy your music, and wait. Now imagine your car was the Earth and the buffalo was an asteroid coming your way. Some scientists in NASA have long been wondering, what do we do in the event of an asteroid coming our way and crashing into Earth? And NASA seems to have finally found that there is a way to push the asteroid out of our path. And in today's episode, we discuss the daring, adventurous feat that was recently pulled off by NASA. Hello, and you're listening to What's New Today. This is a kids and family podcast about current events shaping our world. This is your host, Sangeeta from India. And in every episode, I'm joined by some very curious children who could be from anywhere in the world. And we take one interesting news story and discuss that. And in today's episode, to discuss NASA's most adventurous and daring feat is...
Hi, I'm Arav. I am 10 years old. I study in grade 5 in the Emerald Heights International School. I am from Indore in Madhya Pradesh.
Welcome to the show, Arav. So, Arav, tell me, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies are reading and making stuff with Legos. I make like hoverboards and weird structures.
Okay, what's the craziest thing you've made with a Lego?
I think the craziest was a transformer. I made it like break off the hand and put it on the leg, and then break off the other hand, put it on the back.
So you made a handicap transformer.
Yes, basically.
Coming to our topic for today's episode. Now, before we start discussing NASA's recent daring mission, right, which is called the DART mission, we'll play one very, very quick game. I'll give you a series of objects and I'd like you to tell me which is bigger. Shall we start the game?
Yes.
Who is bigger? Is Iron Man bigger or the Hulk bigger? If you've seen Avengers movies, you have, right?
Yes. Hulk is bigger.
Second question, which is bigger, a pebble or a rock?
A rock.
Last question, is the moon, the Earth's moon, bigger or the normal asteroid bigger?
The Earth's moon is bigger than the average asteroid.
That's right. Now, so before we jump into the discussion of, NASA sending a mission to interrupt an asteroid, can you tell me what an asteroid is?
An asteroid is like a lump of rock and iron that floats around in space and can hit any object.
How did the asteroids get created then? How come they're floating around in space?
Most of the theories suggest that they were created from the Big Bang.
Oh,
but some asteroids are also created when lumps of different metals and rocks combined together for like centuries.
Now, NASA recently sent a mission to crash into an asteroid, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Satellite crashed into the Dimorphus asteroid, which orbits the Didymos asteroid.
Oh, Didymos is an asteroid, and around the Didymos asteroid is Dimorphus.
Yes.
What weird names we have, right?
Actually, yes. I found it very funny.
So why did NASA want its spacecraft called DART go and crash into this asteroid? Was this Dimorphus posing a threat to the Earth? Was it going to come and crash into us?
No, it posed no specific threat to our Earth, but this was just an experiment to see if we could avoid collision course with any other asteroid that would like come near the Earth.
Oh, so you mean like many millions of years ago, it is assumed that all the dinosaurs were destroyed because of some kind of an asteroid or a meteorite which came and crashed into Earth.
Yes.
If something like that were to happen now, how can we prevent it?
Yes, I think the scientists got scared that humans might also get extinct because of the meteorite.
That reminds me of a joke. Can I ask you?
Okay.
How did the early cavemen, survive the asteroid that killed all the dinosaurs?
I don't know.
Social distancing. They stayed 56 million years apart. We were born 56 million years later, so we gave them enough social distance. We were sufficiently socially distanced from the event.
To be safe from them.
So this NASA's DART mission went and hit Dimorphus. Am I correct?
Yes.
So what happened after it hit?
Dimorphus's orbit time was like 11 hours 50 minutes. After the impact, it changed by 32 minutes. And scientists were only expecting like 73 seconds.
Whoa, that is way bigger than what the scientists had expected, right?
Yes, they changed it by 4%. They were expecting like less than 1%. It exceeded their expectations by over 30 minutes.
Wow. Okay, so definitely, if an asteroid comes and it is some distance away, we can change the course of that asteroid.
Yes.
How quickly do we need to react? If an asteroid were to come and hit Earth, say, in 2 days, is that sufficient time?
Not at all. 2 days is like too less time. If we were to impact with the asteroid still, it would still not be sufficient for the asteroid to move out of collision course with Earth. It would still crash into Earth.
So you'll need to plan about a year in advance.
Yes, at least 1 year.
So just like for your exams, you can't prepare in the exact last minute and do very well. You have to start preparing well in advance, even for an asteroid which is likely to come in the direction of Earth, you'll have to plan well in advance.
Yes.
So how long did NASA's DART mission take to reach the asteroid after it was launched from the Earth?
The satellite was launched last November.
3, 2, 1, 0.
And it took like 10 months for it to reach the asteroid.
Oh, so we definitely know for sure that if an asteroid is likely to come anywhere near us, you'll have to launch the spacecraft itself many months before.
Yes. Another thing that I found really interesting in the DART satellite was that it was enormous. I mean, it collided with an asteroid. And it made the asteroid move kilometers.
So in your head, you think it was something really, really big?
Yes, I mean like the size of 5 dinosaurs.
No. In reality, this DART mission spacecraft, at the point where it collided with this asteroid was nowhere that big. It was roughly the size of a refrigerator in your house.
What?
Yes. It was also powered by something called 2 big solar arrays. I don't know if you've seen any Star Wars movie. It's like all those, those Jedi warriors. Have you seen what they have in their hands?
It's those lightsabers.
Correct. It's like a refrigerator flying towards an asteroid. It has 2 lightsabers coming right out of it. That's how this DART mission really looked like when it went and it crashed into the asteroid. Do you think the spacecraft would have survived?
No, not at all. I have a riddle to ask you. Can I say it?
I love riddles. Yes, please ask.
Why did the cops arrest the star?
Cop meaning like policeman.
Yeah, why did the police arrest the star?
Because the star was trekking away.
No, because it was a shooting star.
Great. I like that a lot. So shall we now move to another interesting part of the episode? I must agree that the jokes and the riddles are always a super interesting part of every episode. But there's one more interesting part of our episode.
It's quiz time. Let's see how well you listen.
Question 1. How long did it take for the DART satellite to reach the asteroid?
10 months.
Question 2. What was the name of the asteroid that it hit?
Dimorphus.
The last and the final question. How big was the satellite that was launched from Earth to hit this asteroid?
About the size of a very big refrigerator.
Wonderful. It was such a pleasure chatting with you. Arav, did you have fun while we were recording?
I had a lot of fun.
Have you been listening to the podcast on this channel?
Yes, I have. So I really enjoy turning on the podcast and listening to the fun conversations. That helps me finish my homeworks very quickly.
Wow, I've never heard of a child who likes to listen to podcasts as a remedy to make homework more interesting. So before I let you go, Arav, can you share one episode that you really enjoyed listening on this podcast channel?
I think this episode, why the Earth slowed down for one moment.
Oh, why the Earth spun a little shorter than usual. What did you really enjoy about that episode?
Actually, it was a little surprising. I actually thought it would be like 5-6 minutes. But it turned out a little smaller than I expected. I loved it. I was just like, please keep saying it. I want nothing to do but just listen. It's very soothing.
Which is your favorite topic amongst all the topics on this podcast channel?
I prefer space and wildlife.
So if you would like to listen to this episode about why the Earth spun super fast and we had one of the shortest days we've had in 60 years, this is episode number 53 and you can find link to this episode in our show notes below. That brings us to the end of this episode. If you enjoyed this chat between Arav and I, you just might find this way of getting your news about current events really joyous and entertaining and super interesting. So do click the follow and subscribe button on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, or wherever you're listening, so you get updated every time a new episode comes up. We also have playlists for children who love to listen to our episodes on space, on our episodes on wildlife, our episodes on even on countries and wars. You can find link to these playlists in our show notes below. Many children love to listen to podcasts just before they go to bed. They turn off the lights and they listen to these episodes. Episodes drop every Monday and Friday. And
thanks for listening.